They hire a person.
Interview VaughnBornFamous here. Roll 1, Scene 1, Phoenix Films. Today's date 2/2/22. Action. Roll.
Hey, what's everybody? One more time. Shit.
VaughnBornFamous, Phoenix Films, 2/2/22. Take 2.
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Pop Rock Sensation, VaughnBornFamous here, and we're sitting down and getting an exclusive interview and behind the scenes look at some of the music we have coming out this spring at VaughnFamous Records and Magnolia.
All right, guys, I'm the director of Phoenix Films. I've done a few music videos with VaughnBornFamous. This year, we're going to be shooting off a lot more videos, a lot more, people are going to be involved. I got a few questions just because people have, they've been wanting to know what we're doing. So we just want to answer some common things that people wanted to know. First of all, you have an EP coming out. You have a few songs that are going to be dropping pretty soon. Could you talk a little bit more about that?
The EP coming out is called Love and Other Drugs. It's a compilation EP with 4 tracks that mean the dearest to me. They involve Bad, Cupid, and some other songs that we're not going to mention right now.
Back then you used to do a little bit more rap and you kind of transitioned. What was your inspiration for that?
A lot of the inspiration towards the switch was, I think, coming out towards the West Coast. Everything moves a lot slower out here. Or I'm a lot faster paced when I'm back home, back east. And I think that kind of translated into the music lyrically and both production-wise, because I produce a lot of my own sound too. Things just started slowing down and tempos started coming a little lower, so.
Yeah, were you planning on collaborating with more and more people? Or?
I feel like when I work with other artists, it brings me it just broadens my spectrum of range in every category there is, whether it be the performing part or just having to sit down and write to a punk rock song like Bad, which is, I've never wrote the punk rock, I've never sang punk rock. So I found myself in my notepad doing something differently and then on a microphone having to come and sound differently. So I like working with other artists. I feel like they bring a part of VaughnBornFamous out that I can bring out in myself. And I like the competitive nature of being on features. I like the fact that I'm able to share audience. So yeah, I think you can expect a lot more features from VaughnBornFamous coming up in the next couple months.
Yeah. When you work with other artists, do you ever face any challenges?
I think sometimes it just depends on the process, on what the song is. With some artists, I sit down with them in the studio, or we can sit down even here in my home and we can build something from scratch. Whereas some other project, for example, may already be done, and now it's just my job to fill in a minute space. So like I said, it all depends on the process. I don't find any part of it real challenging. I find it really exciting. It's fun for me to work with other people.
Yeah. And it gives you different perspectives on different art and what people are kind of putting out there too. Oh yeah, for
sure. And then also it gives me a range on how my sound is with this guy, or how my sound is on this genre, or how my sound is with this age kind of music.
Yeah,
so I like it.
You said you have people from Russia and people from
Germany, Bulgaria, Brazil. So I want to keep the world range of music, and I was sharing that to let people know, hey, there's listeners all over the world. So this VaughnBornFamous movement is going on with or without you, as it still is. But I think this year is going to translate into, I want to do international tours now. I've done major cities. We did Houston, we did Portland. I've done back in New York, of course. But I think now is the time to go visit those cities and those countries that are listening to me on the other side of the world and see the appreciation and support that they can bring VaughnFamous, because, who doesn't want to tour internationally, visit museums and see a whole bunch of architecture I've never seen, and then go on stage and rip it up every night. So,
yeah. And that'd be awesome, imagine doing that full time and just going across,
living
all over.
Dream.
Living the dream,
That's Love and Other Drugs is going to come out in April. That's the name of the EP. And if anybody has heard my last album, Reborn, that came out Christmas Eve, Love and Other Drugs was actually the #1 streaming song on that project. So what I did is I took the #1 streaming song and I said, hey, I love the title, they love the title, let's make an album called Love and Other Drugs, and that's what we're gonna put out in April. So yeah, I'm excited for everybody to hear that. Cupid, Bad, which Michael Phoenix directed. He's featuring in that video more than I am. He's actually an actor and director in that video. And a couple other songs, like I said, we need not mention because I want it to be a surprise to all my favorites out there. And so interesting lineup and a great year for 2022. Great features. Bad, that me and Michael Phoenix directed and did is featuring JXDN, who's actually 21 years old and has a gold album. So I mean, it's gonna go. The waves are gonna go crazy this year.
Do you have anything else that you want to say for the people watching?
I want to say if you go to VaughnBornFamous.com, VAUGHN, BornFamous.com, you can get all my merchandise there. We have loads of new stuff coming. I got new music, new videos on my YouTube channel, Born Famous Radio, and my Instagram is always popping at VaughnBornFamous. And that's pretty much it. All my famers out there, what's up?